Yo, hey, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna show you a team where I'm really proud of it because we're gonna outplay the HYDRA RNG and we're gonna do a 1 key on Nightmare without the stress of normally. It won't be a record thing or something. It will be just there to give you an option for a 1 key, maybe like 60-70 mil, but not more, but it won't give you only 30 million or so. So I made an unkillable team for HYDRA, and this one with the speeds I have right here, it works on every stage, and the requirements are a little bit lower on resistance or something on lower stages of course, but there's one big thing. The head of mischief, he's such a RNG bot. Like when that head is up, everything can go down in just 1 second. And that's what we are trying to manipulate, because we don't want that. We actually don't want that. And maybe you're lazy like me and you don't want to do full manual runs. This will be semi-auto because we're talking about strategy this time, not too much about the team. I made a whole video about the team. I made slight differences in here, like I tweaked some numbers. I made Man-Eater a little bit faster than the Painkeepers, and the rest is exactly like the team I made a video ago. But let's go ahead. Wait, I'm gonna show you a little bit the preset, and if you take a look right now at those presets, I'm gonna show you right now exactly at that second, there is plus 10 speed on it for my live arena. So minus 10 speed of every champion. You wanna rebuild them, and I recommend just go for, if you wanna build that team, 271 emic, not 281 is the thing you want to aim for, because you can use them in Phantom Shagoon, Iron Twins, Dragon, like the whole game in exactly that speed. And I made like a couple videos about it, and you really should check them out, because emic can kind of break the game. And those Painkeepers are in my Iron Twins, that Geomancer right down there is in my Iron Twins, so the team was basically for free. And I think I didn't show you like everyone: Geomancer, Painkeeper 1, Painkeeper 2, Emic, and Shamael. So let's talk about why it is gonna be manipulating the RNG. We have to do a little bit of a setup, but that is just literally 1 click. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna target the mischief. Wait, my game is a little bit loud, I gotta turn it a little bit down. And afterwards, we're just gonna wait until Emic did his 3rd action. So right now, it was his 2nd action. And we're just hanging around, chilling, everything's good. And then, give me a sec. It's gonna happen soon. I think now we can, then you turn off the auto thing. Wait, yes, that was his 3rd action, and then you gotta do like a target. It doesn't kind of matter who you target, just do 1 thing, then press auto again, but just 1 thing. I did it a couple times not, so just press auto and target the boss again, the head again. And we are just waiting until the boss is gonna die, like the 1 head. And we're replacing the burn over and over on him. It does even not matter. The thing about it on the end is we're not gonna kill any head anymore, but we will get our damage. And that's how we manipulate the RNG, because there's kind of no RNG anymore in there. There's slightly a gap where something could go wrong between our Emic and the Man-Eater. If the Emic takes a turn and right afterwards Man-Eater goes, if the red head puts his provoke out there between those 2 champions and he will hit the 3%, that's the only thing that could happen that will end your run. But it's so unlikely. Really, I don't think there's a better way to manipulate the RNG than this version right here, because we're just never gonna face the RNG again, because we never face mischief again. But you will see what I mean in a second. But it's kind of RNG based. we gotta wait for the one head to be killed, and then we gotta be like lucky on our respawn. If he respawns again, that's the worst case. We probably should end it. If the... which one? I don't know even the name. The other head is spawning that actually can use a provoke. We're just killing it over again. And if the cleansing head is spawning, that's what we actually want. You will see why in a second, like given us a little bit. And of course, while the mischief is, I think he actually did it. While the mischief head is there, you gotta be lucky that you don't get the 3% on those steals and stuff. If that happens, you gotta redo it. But if you hit that phase and the cleansing head is respawning, you're basically done. You made your one key. I gotta check a little bit if we are still in rotation, because I saw something like a steal. Man-eater, yeah. Then Painkeeper. Shamael could always come in between, but that doesn't matter. Painkeeper, yes. Geomancer, Emic. Wait. Geomancer, Emic. Yeah, so of course, if you do your own run, you should pay more attention to it. And exactly right, we got it. Now we're gonna click the red head, and yeah, we will wait until he loses his HP. Then the life barrier will go on him. We will see that in a second. And then we are rotating between some heads who do not have the life barrier. One thing I gotta mention is don't target the blue one. It could be possible if your whole team attacks him over and over that you get too much turn meter on your Shamael, and then you might lose your unkillable or something. So just one rule, don't target the blue one. And we also could do our Painkeepers. We can make that our Painkeepers do not use the A2, the AoE attack, and just single attacks to avoid even more boosting on our Shamaels if you need it. So, and at this point, we will just burn over and over yet now the red one, because yeah, he didn't get the life barrier, but that's okay. So, and you might not know what's gonna happen if the life barrier is not be broken. The head is just gonna heal to full. And that's what we are basically abusing. And the only thing that could kill us right now is when Emic takes his turn, the red boss comes in immediately. Emic takes his turn, immediately the red boss comes in and does his provoke attack. Of course, our Emic has enough resistance, but there's the 3% chance that it's gonna happen. And in all other turns, if the red head does his provoke, it does not even matter, because you have block debuffs, so it cannot physically land on you. So it's just when Emic took his turn, and then the red head does his provoke hit. It's the only time where we are kind of in danger, because something could happen. And in the rest of the fight, now the life barrier is on the red one. Now we are focusing another head. In our case, the poison head. And that's probably all the time the setup you want to aim for. If the rotation changes and you get other heads, you're trying to get this heads spawning, and then you just do the same thing, and this team will always do a wonky for you. It won't be the biggest thing in the world. It's kind of long, but I can talk right now to you about my whole day and everything is okay. Just sometimes I see, the shield is on the target where I actually attacking. I attack another head. In our case, it's the red one. We're changing between the poison and the red one all the time, and nobody should die. Even if I want to make it a little bit more clear, my Emic has War Master right now, and don't use Giant Slayer on your Shamael, because you would kill something because of it and you don't want it. And I could put the War Masters out of my Painkeepers, or just make him do A1s all the time instead of the A2, and they wouldn't kill. Like, you see a slight damage thingy. What's it called? Like, we did a little bit damage already because of the War Master and the AoEs. but it shouldn't be a problem. It was not a problem for me, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. So we're gonna wait until the life barrier is up again. Life barriers up again. Let's change the target. It's crazy, guys. It's an unkillable team, plus less RNG than usual. Not the biggest damage in the world, but yeah, come on, guys. Like, that's a dream. I never thought that's gonna be happen at all. So, hey, I enjoy it so much. Of course, it's not the best one in the world. Like, you probably could do better if you just run a usual team. But those two Painkeepers I have in my Iron Twin team. That one Geomancer I have in my Iron Twin team. And the Emic is in my Iron Twin team. In my Phantom Shogun. Yeah, that's probably the most way I use him personally, but you can use him in Dragon, in Ice Golem, and everywhere else he okay with the same speed, and it's just amazing. Just another thing of the puzzle about Emic. Emic is crazy, guys, to be honest. Amazing. Let's see one more time till the life barrier goes away, and we can see that the boss, the head is already is back on full HP. Now he's back on full HP. Probably he gets the life barrier in a couple seconds. And of course, it's gonna be a longer one. Yes. But yeah, you exactly get what you need. One key. Of course, if you want to do for clan clash, Hydra clash points, this is not the best one in the, like, really not. But it's more accessible for people. They just did the fusion about Emic, played a little bit, and they might struggle on Hydra, and they just need advice how to do it nicely. Just guys, sometimes I really do like I rage because of Hydra, because all the time something goes wrong, and if you manipulate the RNG, that kind of nothing can go wrong. Oh, that feels like heaven, guys. It's nice. So from this point now on, I will cut almost to the end, and I will show you that I minimum did my one key, and then I will just show you the stats and stuff, and yeah, see you in a second. So, like you saw, one time I made a mistake and I redid the run and I turned off the A2s of the Painkeeper because they kind of did a little bit too much damage, and then Shamael counter-attacked, and I did a kind of a mistake, but it's easily doable for everybody. And yeah, now let's take a look at the stats, because they are important. So first of all, one tip I wanna really give is, I have been told by one viewer, he left a comment and that was really high appreciated because it makes it much easier. Put Lightning Cage minimum level 1 on him, because it's one extra buff you gain, and it makes it much easier if you just go for the 1 minute and just kill that one head, and then yeah, it's just more stable if you use it. So stats. Plus 10 will be added for Hydra every time, but I'm gonna show you like that so you can build it like it, and I'm pretty sure 271, and without the plus 10 everything is good. On Emic, first of all I want to mention he is a Norwegian set. That's because he is in my Iron Twin team, and yeah, I need kind of region gear for him. You can do it without it, but I just went for it to make it a little bit more easy. So let's go into the stats. So speed 271, that's like amazing. The rest is on resistance, and then HP and defense afterwards. That's what you care for. And if you don't have accuracy, you don't need accuracy for PvE. If you do PvP, maybe you want to do some accuracy, but in my case I'm just not using him in PvP, and he does not have brimstone, so accuracy is really not needed. Let's check out his masteries. So to get less damage in the defense, a little bit more resistance, and he has War Master. Maybe you don't want to use War Master. You don't need it for Iron Twins, Phantom Shogun or stuff, so maybe you don't want to use it. I just went for it, and yeah, it will make your run a little bit more easy if you don't, because the damage on the other heads won't be as much, and then it's just a little bit more easy. So Shamael, he has no speed set or anything because you want him as low as possible. I don't use his game Guardian ring bonus for speed anymore. I just turned it off because I don't need it, I don't want it, because the blue head, sometimes if you don't get too many boosts and you will go in the wrong order, it can break your unkillable. But if you go super low, like no speed, it won't break your unkillable. So it's really nice. So yeah, you want, oh yeah, I gotta mention, the setup right here makes that your whole team could go without resistance at all, besides your Emic. Your Emic needs the resistance, of course, obviously, but the rest of your team, because you don't face that one head that actually can kill your run, you don't need the resistance on your other champions. It can be possible that the head will target sometimes your Man-Eater on the beginning, or your Shamael or something. If that happens, you gotta pay attention a little bit to it, but maybe you gotta only build one other champion with resistance and this kind of comp right here, and that's another bonus. And yeah, minimum Painkeepers can skip the resistance. And yeah, minimum speed, resistance, I don't even know if it's worth. I wouldn't build him, to be honest, at all for doing damage. Maybe you kill a head too quick or something, and then yeah, you cannot use the strategy anymore. So maybe just build him on the speed, and that's it. So, Geomancer. Wait, I didn't show you masteries. He has kind of awkward masteries right now. I haven't finished them, and yeah, I don't know. Just don't use Giant Slayer, War Master. Just don't use it, so you manage your damage, and yeah, the rest shouldn't be. Of course, avoid everything that gives you turn meter on all champions every time. I gotta mention it. And yeah, Geomancer 1. No, it's not Geomancer 1, but basically for me, kind of. He's 250 speed, then you need your accuracy, and because you are unkillable, the rest does not matter at all. I would not use probably War Master or something, but we turn off his A1. Okay, we can turn off his A1, but we are not using his A1, so Giant Slayer and everything should be okay, because you're just rotating between heads and you do just do single attacks, so that should be okay. If you put War Master on him, shouldn't be matter too much. And yeah, put off your A1 of Geomancer because of boosts and just damage that shouldn't be there. And yeah, was that everything? Yeah, there's not much to talk about him. Man-Eater. He needs to be faster than your Painkeepers, and if you go up to 270 speed, it is better because you close the gap between Emic and Painkeeper. So on the end, that one situation that probably never will happen to you won't occur less, because the gap is just closer and they will take a turn back to back, and if they take a turn back to back, there is no way they can just interfere and interrupt your strategy at all. So in my case, he is 270, like close the gap close the gap as far as you can. And I have still resistance on all those champions, but since I figured out the strategy, I probably would not use resistance on all my champions. I would just look which of my champions get attacked first, or might get attacked when I'm killing the mischief target head, and then I would just use that one champion and put him on resistance, so I can just save myself the stress to have resistance, you know. And so, one Painkeeper, like I said, he has resistance 2, and the first Painkeeper has 260 speed, and yeah, the rest does not matter at all. I have War Master on both of them. Maybe I would skip it, maybe not, but at this point it's probably not even worth it, so it's a little bit more damage for you, so it's okay if you go War Master, no problem. And let's go the other Painkeeper. He also has War Master, and we got the speed of 252, and the rest also does not matter because you're unkillable the whole time. And yeah, I think I showed you the whole champions. Did I forget something? I think no. Lightning Cage on Emic is super nice. Resistance mostly you can skip on the whole team, besides Emic of course. Maybe one or two champions only need resistance instead of 5 in my case. And I really do like that team. It knocks out the RNG. It really kills it. And that's what I like to see, because you know sometimes how the whole HYDRA is. You do 30 minutes of a good run, and then something goes wrong, and you gotta restart it because you're quite not at the 1 key or where you wanna be or something. And yeah, it makes it much easier, and this will be one team. It can be used on normal, hard, brutal, or nightmare. It depends on where you want to use it, and the Painkeepers, the Geomancer can be used in my other teams and so on. That will be of course one of my teams I will use, probably, to be honest, on Nightmare. Just get it done, because I'm not really good at HYDRA, to be honest, and my other teams, they really suck, and this one does the job every time probably. Maybe you got some problems when the mischief head is the first head spawning, like when you begin the fight, and the cleansing head, and it might take you a little bit longer, but on the end it should be the same. It just takes you a little bit longer to get in the rotation, because that mischief head will probably survive for a little bit longer. And yeah, if you want to do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. I want to reach 8,000 subscribers. If you are still here, hey, thank you for being here. And yeah, that will be the end of the video. I hope I see you in the next one. And yeah, have a nice day.